Hi, my name is Faye. I'm a master's student studying city planning and urban spatial analytics at the University of Pennsylvania, and I'm interested in understanding the relationship between New Orleans' blight reduction strategy and short-term rentals, or Airbnbs, in New Orleans. Since 1960, New Orleans has decreased in population by 27%. It should come as no surprise that New Orleans hit its lowest population in 2005 after Katrina. The city has been steadily growing since then, but the city is still smaller today than it was when the storm hit. New Orleans is an interesting case because while housing is increasingly scarce, houses are not. While post-industrial cities probably come to mind when we think of vacancy, New Orleans is just about tied with Youngstown, Ohio for highest vacancy rate in the nation at 23%. Mayor Mitch Landrieu made fighting blight a priority in his administration. He pledged to cut blight by 10,000 properties by 2014 and met this goal ahead of schedule in 2013. He met this goal by using a slew of tools, including lien foreclosures, which enable the city to place liens against homes with violations. The way Mayor Landrieu's blight reduction initiative works is that when a house is found to be blighted, it can then either be demolished, maintained by the city, or sold at sheriff's sale. The way this determination is made is using a blight scorecard, which is a machine learning algorithm that predicts whether a property is likely to be a demolition, abatement, or sheriff's sale, depending on factors ranging from parcel condition to location. This then helps officials within the sheriff's office and inspections determine how to move forward with a property. So what does this have to do with Airbnbs? Tourism is New Orleans' top source of revenue, and last year there were nearly 7,000 homes listed on Airbnb, accounting for an estimated 8% of rental properties in the city. A landlord makes an average of $2,700 on a property that they rent out for most of 1 month on Airbnb versus only $1,154 for the average rent in New Orleans. Given this, it feels hard to ignore Airbnbs as part of the housing equation. While New Orleans has taken measures to regulate Airbnbs, I believe it's particularly worth asking, is New Orleans' blight reduction strategy enabling landlords to take advantage of cheap housing, displace residents, and cater to out-of-town tourists? My research will analyze data from City's open data portal, primarily focusing on code violations, sheriff sales, demolitions, foreclosures, and short-term rentals. Ultimately, I will be asking where are the most blighted properties, what is happening to the blighted properties, who owns the blighted properties, and who is purchasing them. My previous geospatial research has also focused on housing, working with the Legal Aid Society of Cleveland and the Public Interest Law Center as a Summer of Maps fellow. When paired with my experiences working between technical and policy worlds, it will make me well placed to examine the challenges and opportunity New Orleans faces. I believe that data, and in particular mapping, can enable cities to utilize their resources more efficiently, but it can also create insidious feedback loops that disproportionately impact vulnerable communities. New Orleans is using its data in really innovative and applicable ways, but it's important that before we use New Orleans as a model, we understand the real impact when it comes to using geospatial insights and data on housing. Thank you.